What's the point of this picture? Is there any point?
This is very important because myself work constantly in the moment of sleep. Every of my best ideas coming through my dreams.
Salvador Dali was obsessed with Sigmund Freud, and you could say his beginnings were more than a little Freudian. Dali's mother gave birth to her first son in 1901, a child that she named Salvador, who died at 22 months old. Just 9 months later, the Salvador we know was born and was given his dead brother's name. Dali was told by his parents that he was the literal reincarnation of his dead brother, a belief he carried into his adult life. Sigmund Freud published Interpretation of Dreams in 1899, in which he put forward the theory that dreams are the key to unlocking the secrets of the unconscious mind. To access his subconscious, Dali would make himself hallucinate. Not with drugs, but rather by using what he called
Paranoia critical method.
He would take micro-naps during the day. He would lie in a chair holding a heavy key in his right hand, underneath which he placed an upside-down plate on the floor. When he fell into a deep sleep, he dropped the key, and the clang woke him up. In that nanosecond, he would enter a state scientists call hypnagogia, an in-between state where you are just beginning to dream but are still conscious. He would use this method with the persistence of memory, a painting that, although stylistically rooted in realism, transcends the world of reason. The strange, confusing and often disturbing world we visit in our dreams would make Dali a household name. And he would remain so for more than half a century, one of the best known and most bitterly contested figures in the international art world. In 1938, after years of trying, Dali would finally meet Freud, which he likened to meeting God. Freud was 81, Dali 34. By all accounts, they were totally bewildered by each other, and Dali would later disavow Freud. Great art comes from conflict, and Dadaism and Surrealism were two art movements that developed as a direct result of the horrors of the First World War. A war so brutal and incomprehensible that artists looked for unconventional ways to make sense of the world, and their rage drove their artistic creativity. Dadaism, which preceded Surrealism, was more of an anti-art movement. Surrealism was about finding a bridge between the subconscious and reality. The founder of the Surrealist art movement, André Breton, worked at a military hospital in Paris and had been an eyewitness to the horrors of the war. He saw firsthand how mental trauma patients rejected the rational world, and inspired by Sigmund Freud, he would seek to liberate the subconscious through art. There is no dominant painting style in Surrealism, but the public face of it would become Salvador Dali. The mustachioed self-promoter was instantly recognizable, as were his landscapes of melting watches.